He had a hand in the prosecution of a former dictator. Now he is poised to become Congresswoman Corrine Brown's new attorney. Greg Kehoe was once involved in the prosecution of Saddam Hussein during the Iraq War. This afternoon, he was by Congresswoman Corrine Brown's side as she entered and left federal court.
Both had no comment about the corruption case against her. Channel 4's Lindsay Gardner was in court and has been digging into Kehoe's background. She's joining us live. Lindsay.
Well, Mary, we found Kehoe has experience both successfully prosecuting and defending cases that have made international headlines, from big banks to a Croatian general, and yes, even Saddam Hussein. Congresswoman Brown flanked with new counsel today, attorney Greg Kehoe. Can you give us any bit about your background or how you became involved with the Congresswoman?
Certainly. Not now.
Not now? He, along with Brown and her chief of staff, Ronnie Simmons, declined to answer all questions today. Kehoe is a prominent Tampa-based attorney with Greenberg Traurig, a firm with 2,000 attorneys worldwide. He spent 20 years as a federal prosecutor, and he led a team of lawyers that advised the Iraqi Special Tribunal, the court that prosecuted Saddam Hussein. And he successfully defended a Croatian general facing war crimes and a chief of police in Kenya charged with post-election violence. Why did you switch your attorneys, Congresswoman Brown? The government's case against Brown and Simmons includes 77,000 pages of discovery material. Brown's legal team will be handing that over to Kehoe. Evidence that Simmons' soon-to-now be former attorney Daniel Smith has looked at personally and thinks can clear the embattled congressional pair.
We need to keep in mind there have been a lot of leaks throughout the pretrial portions of this, throughout the grand jury portion of it, and we should all take a step back and remember that both Mr. Simmons and Ms. Brown are presumed innocent. That's right. And as we stand here today, they are innocent.
And as you could hear and see in my interview there with Daniel Smith, there were about a handful of protesters here today. I would estimate somewhere between 5 and 7 of them carrying signs that say Corrine delivers and alleging this entire case is a witch hunt, they tell me, on behalf of the federal government. They told me they were organized by one person and they called themselves activists. They also told me they had the blessing of Corrine Brown to be here in order to speak for her today. Mary?
Lindsay, there were reports that during a previous court appearance by the Congresswoman, demonstrators who showed up were paid to be there. Were you able to ask any of these demonstrators about that?
I asked 3 of them that directly today. They all denied it. They told me instead their reward will be to see the Congresswoman's name cleared coming up in the future. Now, one of them also relayed to me, if we're talking about some of the homeless people that were here today and previously, the organizers did buy them a meal and a drink for their time. Reporting from downtown tonight, I'm Lindsay Gardner, Channel 4, the local station.
Thank you, Lindsay.